Pie trial shenanigans, shortcake emoji, balance scale emoji. Every year, my family holds a reunion that can only be described as the Olympics of dysfunction. It starts off as a typical gathering, with hugs, potato salad, and the persistent threat of Aunt Gladys cornering you to talk about her cat's latest escapades. This year, however, things took a peculiar turn when Uncle Joe, our self-appointed family jester, decided that we should hold a mock trial to determine who was the best pie baker in the family. Everyone, including my cousins who can barely boil water, was suddenly a contestant in the Great Pie Tribunal. Now, Uncle Joe is the kind of guy who insists on wearing a judge's wig that he bought from a Halloween store clearance rack, which instantly set the tone for the proceedings. The living room was transformed into a makeshift courtroom, with the coffee table serving as the bench and a jury composed of family members who had already sampled a bit too much of Grandpa's special punch. As the trial began, each pie was presented as evidence and subjected to intense scrutiny. Aunt Mildred's blueberry pie was cross-examined for its crust flakiness, while Cousin Tom's apple pie faced aggressive questioning about its cinnamon-to-apple ratio. The courtroom drama reached its peak when Uncle Joe called for surprise witnesses, namely, the bakers themselves. Under the pressure, Aunt Mildred confessed to using store-bought crusts, causing a collective gasp that might have been heard in the next county. Meanwhile, Cousin Tom broke down like a Law & Order episode, admitting that he'd used pre-sliced apples. The jury was in stitches, partly because of the pies and partly because they were still sipping Grandpa's punch, which by now was suspected to contain more than just fruit juice. Finally, Uncle Joe, with the gravitas of a seasoned judge and a hint of pie crumbs in his beard, announced the verdict: everyone was guilty. Guilty of deliciousness, that is. Laughter erupted, and as a consolation prize, Uncle Joe handed out spatulas to all the bakers, declaring, "May you all serve a life sentence of baking." And that's how our family reunion turned into a legendary tale of pie and justice, with the moral that, in our family, the only thing more important than winning is laughing at how you lost.